we heard your guys' comments last week on our YouTube channel. So we wanted to take a moment to defend ourselves on the podcast this week. So we had a lot of commenters, a lot of new subscribers, a lot of new people. So welcome to the channel, guys. A lot of the commenters thought you two were being negative with the Paul George signing last week. People said they came to the pod to listen to you guys, be excited about it, be pumped up, and they said they kind of got it was kind of it was a whim for them because they fell flat listening to you guys not be as pumped up about it. Mainly saying that that Paul George signed in Philadelphia for the money, and they thought that there'd be more to it than that. But that's what they said. One of the comments said, as a player, you have to think East Snow has to know something about how wanting to go somewhere versus only going because there was money on the table can affect how some guys play. So that was one of the comments. But yeah, for the most part, a lot of people were just saying you guys weren't being the most positive about stuff. So I want you guys to defend yourselves on the comments from last week.
Defend ourselves or just say what people want to hear?
No,
what are we talking about here? Hey man, look. Let's be honest. Because Paul has come out and said,
yep,
they were disrespectful on the negotiations. The Clippers have come out and said Paul George was unreasonable in negotiations. He goes to the team that has the most cap space and gets the deal that he wants that the Clippers don't offer. That's a guy that was willing to leave, but he left because the deal was better. He would have never went to Philly if they offered him the same deal as the Clippers. He would never did it. Everybody knows that. I mean, I can still be excited about Paul, but be real about negotiations. I'm excited that he's here, but we speaking on pure negotiations and how negotiations go.
Yeah,
he went for the more money. He went for the more money and the more years. That's what you do as a free agent.
Yeah, and we won. We got
and
it.
That's
right?
fine.
Yeah,
we benefited from the Clippers not wanting to give him that. What we were willing to give him.
Yeah,
so it is a win for us. But let's not make it seem like he's like, no, Clippers, I just want to be in Philly. Let's be real now. That's being real.
Girl's in a bad relationship, and we're the new guys. Like, baby, I'll take care of you. I'll treat you right. You know, whatever you want, I got. And she left him, and we got him. We got her. There you go. I'm like, well, okay. I'm not gonna I'll tell my buddies how it happened. That's not me complaining about being with her at that point. Yeah. I'm just being honest. I came in. I said I would take care of her, and here she is now. Done deal. Gone. We got George. That's how we got him. I mean, I think you can do both. Yeah. I think honesty doesn't always equal negativity. I'm not unhappy about it. You could actually. There are people that are actually.
It's not negative. It's like I'm not. It's not negative that we're saying that we signed them, because almost all contracts are signed because people were offered the same amount of money. If he stayed in LA with the Clippers, guess why he would have stayed? Because they gave him the best deal.
Yeah. That's why everyone's saying that Martin should fire his agent.
So
because they were going to give him more money.
But my thing is, but the difference is he probably felt staying in Miami, he deserved more. So you kind of come to a decision where I feel like I'm more in Miami. The difference between Paul and Martin is Paul had an option that was more.
For more, yes, that's true. Yes.
Caleb didn't. So he had an option that, they offered you more, but if you feel like that's not enough, you may say, well, I'm willing to leave and take less because I know I can't be here at what y'all offered me, because I feel like for what I do with this team, I feel like I'm worth more. So sometimes you can kind of have an intuition that I feel like I'm not going to be happy at this rate here. So that seems to me more of a personal thing.
Yeah.
and then he might have wanted to go out there, and then all of a sudden you see, and that deal isn't what you want. But to me, then why didn't he take a 1-year deal?
Yeah.
So sounds like it was a guy that wanted to leave. It got to a point where where they kind of like, okay, it's best for you to go, and he's like, okay, it's best for me to go.
Yeah.
That's what that sounds like. Well, the Paul George situation sounds like it's best for you to go because we're not going to meet your salary demands, and it's best for me to go because you're not going to meet my salary demands.
Yes. Yeah. It's pretty mutual, actually.
It wasn't about fit or anything else. It wasn't about fit and role or anything. It was we can't do it. We're not going to do it.
And if the Clippers accept
if both sides were willing to come together, that's an easy deal. That's an easy deal.
And if Clippers accepted Golden State's offer, he'd be a Warrior right now. So we'd be third option on that list behind California South, California North.
They wouldn't even take that. Yes.
No.
They wouldn't even take that deal. So him leaving and then Philly giving him what he wanted. It's fine. I think you got to be. That being said, like I do understand people saying that we were negative because I do feel like, hey, even though he kind of didn't work out with the Clippers, he still had to want to come, and that he did. That's why I'm saying there's enthusiasm and excitement for him coming. Yeah. But we still have to talk about kind of what people don't want to hear and kind of it's real.
Yeah.
Because that's the real part of negotiations. And I've been there. I've been where he is, not at that level as far as the amount of money, but I've been where you have multiple teams competing for your services. And I took less to stay in Philly. When my first, I think it was my first free agency with Philly. Toronto offered me more than Philly did. So I know what that looks like.
Yeah. I mean, I said it last week. You're going to have to pay up the wazoo to make a California boy leave California. Like, there's a reason why LA and Golden State were top 2 on his list, and then us. I mean, like that's the nature of it. And we had the money. We set ourselves up in position for that, and it's great. But the Clippers fumbling the situation led to this, right? It all led to this, and it was just a perfect situation. Now he's get to rebuild himself here, set a new name for himself, and he can push himself harder. He's been dogged by a lot of Clipper fans since this, right? They've all turned their backs on him. Even after he said a lot of nice things on his podcast about them, and he said he wanted to stay. I mean, he didn't hide that at all, which is crazy, right? Because after the fact, you could say whatever you want. You could say whatever you want, but he still said.
That's what I'm saying. He said it. He said what he said it. We didn't even have to say it.
Yeah, I want to be here. So he's also trying to keep podcast viewers from the West Coast. He doesn't want to lose all of his fans from over there. But they're calling him overrated and overpaid, and that's fine. Hopefully, it brings the best out of him now, and he plays with a chip on his shoulder. And let's play some effing ball, Yeah.
So we are excited about it. I don't know. Some of those viewers sometimes I don't think they listen to the whole segment because you guys both gave it an A, and they still thought we were negative, even though you guys both gave it an A. And on his podcast, he also said, it was pretty much.
No, but I do understand why they feel like we were negative. I do understand that because we did kind of talk about why he came and how he came, because that's kind of like we're being authentic. We're not just selling, hey, we're just straight homers and we're excited. Like we are giving real dialogue of why he came. But so I do agree with them that we could have come off negative. It's just realistic though.
Yeah. I'm happy he's on our team. Not, no question, no doubt.
Yeah. And he did reveal it himself that, the Sixers were like the number 3 for him outside staying in Clippers and being traded to Golden State. He was glowing talking about playing with Steph. When he was talking about it in his podcast, he was glowing about it.
The West Coast. It's as simple as that. He didn't want to leave. This is home. It's I'm sure he could have rationalized the Kings too if they were willing to trade a bunch of pieces for him. Like he didn't want to leave the West Coast.
Yeah.
Like it's close enough. He didn't want to leave. But luckily, his wife's from Northeast. That helps.
Yeah.
So he's got family over there. It's a big move. It's his first time on the East Coast. So it's very, very new for him, right?
It's a different climate, man.
Yeah.
It's different. It's different.
Yeah. And Philly. We're not just saying East Coast. We're saying Philly.
Well, he was in Indiana. Indiana's got, as far as weather-wise, it's about the same weather.
He'll love Philly.
Yeah.
He compared it a little bit to the
It's
Indiana.
not quite the same, but yeah, man. Yeah, Philly's different than Indiana. He'll like Philly, like Philadelphia, the city, and what you can do, and how close it is to DC and New York and Miami, and you know what I'm saying. Like he'll like Philly. It's just going to be all about the basketball experience. That's the part we hope it, man. We maximize everyone's ability and kind of do things that we've been wanting the team to do.
Yeah.
While we're on that topic real fast, I have a question. Are you worried about the thickness of his skin going from like pretty much second fiddle in LA to not even like the number one team in the city to like a city that eat, breathes, poops sports in Philadelphia?
I mean, I think him coming to Philly and taking the contract that he did, you have to be aware that that's a part of being in Philly. You have to be aware of that. So I don't think him and his agency and his group has done their homework if they don't feel like that's something you have to kind
Take
of
on.
know is there.
Yeah.
But that can all be addressed with your play. Your play can determine all of that.
Yeah, it's a big difference.
I'm sure he probably feels like, hey, I'm going to go and ball out. Yeah, I'm going to go and ball out, and it's not going to be an issue. But when you play in Philly, there's always issues somewhere. Everybody's played there. There's been some issue somewhere. So it's how you get over that hump and how you continue to help the team win. And ultimately, if they're able to do that, and he's a big part of that, then that's what it's going to really be about.
That's it. Yeah. Yeah. But yeah, it's aside from just weather and climate, like literally climate and for weather, it's a different situation than he's been used to, right? It's just like, because, again, the Clippers are the Clippers, the Lakers own LA. Let's be honest here, right? So he's going to a place that shared someone else's stadium to like Philadelphia. That's a big change for him. But like you said, taking that contract, he's ready for him. He's confident. He's confident in his abilities in doing it. Anytime you make that entire staff and management and Dr. J take off their shoes when you come in your house, man, you're a confident dude. He looks ready for it. I like the confidence.
So there you have it, guys. We are happy and excited for Paul George to be in Philadelphia.